If you have been feeling a major energy shift lately, something is going on. You feel something is brewing in your body, something is happening atmospherically. You have a shit show going on over here, a dumpster fire over here. You have lots of different energy shifts, mood shifts, weird things going on. You actually have even thought about perhaps checking yourself in somewhere. That is because you are being called to your next level of zero fucks. And I am going to give you the guide to get there today and what you need to embrace. You are being told, you are being shown very clearly that your old life, your old way of operating, these old people, places, and things, it's time for you to release them and go to your next level. And if you keep hanging on, your ass is going to get dragged. And we don't want that. If you're tired of hearing the same old basic mindset and motivational fluff talk, you've come to the right show. Welcome to Project Me with Tiffany Carter, the podcast, where we dish on everything from managing that crazy brain of yours to manifesting abundance to my straightforward, actionable steps that will make you major money online. Now, I'm not your typical multimillionaire entrepreneur. It takes a small village to keep my anxiety and depression in check. I'm inherently disorganized with an intense obsession with office supplies. Your girl here is a digital marketing content expert who's generated over $200 million in sales. I promise by tuning in twice a week, you will get a much needed refreshing dose of truth, clarity, and cash making advice. Now let's get to it. What up, my people, my posse, my fellow crazies? It's your host, Tiffany Carter, and this is the show that is going to help you grow your business, your bank account, that big, beautiful brain of yours, your relationships, your abundance, and everything in between. Hello. Have you seen my biggest Black Friday sale of all time that's going on right now? Where when you join my famous Project Me Posse business and money coaching membership, you get over $2,800 in Lux gifts for free. And these are like money making gifts, including, and it's finally here, I'm showing it on Project Me TV on YouTube. You're getting my In the Abundance Zone 90-day guided journal and planner. This is incredible. You're getting the first edition. You're getting my abundance bath, abundance shower meditations, which are new. You're also getting my famous launching masterclass. There are so many other things that you are getting to set you up that you can have them right now, start watching them, implementing them, and bring in coin like immediately, like within days. All you have to do is be one of the first 33 new members and go to projectmewithtiffany.com/Black Friday 24. Projectmewithtiffany.com/Black Friday 24. You can also swipe up. The special Black Friday sales page link is in the show notes. It's also my link in bio on Instagram and TikTok. Hurry, go, do this thing. This is not something that has ever happened before at this level. And likely I won't do it again at this level because it's crazy. You're also getting $50 off your first month. And this membership's already crazy, where you get weekly live trainings from me and other special guest experts. And you are getting this literally for $3.33 a day. And if you do the annual option, which is our most popular option, it comes to about $2 a day because you get 2 months for free, plus my Nail Your Niche Masterclass and my Instagram bio optimizer as extra special gifts for joining and committing to a year. So I'm just saying, like, make a move. I do have this capped at an intimate size. This is not one of those memberships that has thousands of people where you end up getting lost and you don't show up and there's no accountability. That kind of stuff doesn't work for me. And therefore, I would never create something that I know wouldn't work for you. So if you go to the page and it says it's full, then it is full. You cannot get in this year. So pause this episode, go there, make a damn move that's going to change your life. I know you have been going through it lately, and it's all by design, it's all on purpose. And it's so easy for us to see that and see the manifestations and see God and see spirit and see our angels supporting us and believe in all the things and get in all the feels and be in the abundant zone when the cash is coming in, the clients are coming in, the connections are coming in, you're meeting great people, your health is good, all the stuff is happening. But I want to remind you that when all the shit feels like it's falling apart and nothing is working, that's actually the more potent time. That's actually the bigger sign that you are on the brink of absolutely changing your life for the better. And I have many, many years of experience with this. So I have an evidence bank that I like sharing with you to remind you because you simply might not have one yet. Neither did I. Where I know that every time before a massive up leveling, I mean, I'm talking game changing stuff, the shit hits the fan. I've seen it with hundreds and hundreds of my clients, some of my closest friends. You might have any skill death in there. I'm just saying. And when you're in the shits, whether you're in it now, you feel like you're kind of in it, no matter what part of the phase that you're in, ask yourself the question of what could be going on right now that this is allowing me time and space to see. You're supposed to be seeing something. There's a message here. What could the universe be propelling you to do? It's wanting you to stop something. It's wanting you to start something. It's wanting you to change something. It's wanting you to say no. It's wanting you to say yes. It is squeezing you. It is confining you. It is grinding on you to make you so fucking uncomfortable that you finally get out of your own way and you say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to do it. You know what? Enough's enough. I'm not tolerating this bullshit anymore. You know what? I'm not going to care anymore about what other people think. I've allowed that to hold me back long enough. You know what? I'm not going to go and visit so and so for the holidays. I don't want to. And it stresses me out. It doesn't feel good to me. It takes me weeks to recover. And instead, I'm going to focus on me and my life and zero fucks given. That is what is coming up for you. It is wanting you to make a shift, it's wanting you to make a move. I can't even tell you how many people in my ProjectME Posse business and money coaching membership that last week we do a really cool thing in the membership when we start our sessions weekly. You know, it's also like a support group for all the wildness of going after our dreams because there really isn't anything like it where it's a safe space where you can talk about what is scaring you, what's coming up with you mentally, and being able to shift it and being able to get yourself back in the abundance zone and not feel so alone in this damn thing. That's why most of y'all quit. That's why most people give up before it gets good. That's why you end up taking your foot off the gas, is because you're kind of out there flailing, doing it on your own, you know, resisting maybe joining something like this because you bought a course before. Maybe you've even been in a membership before. Maybe you've even hired a coach before and like you feel like you didn't get that much out of it, or maybe you never really used it. And how is this going to be any different? But going about it on your own, where you don't have clear, actionable direction, I don't know where that ends well for anybody in any area of their life. It certainly doesn't end well for me. And the last thing you fucking need, by the way, this is like a life lesson thrown in here by Coach Tiff, is you do not need more information and to think more and to analyze more and to chew on it more. You don't need more of that. What you need is clear and direct implementation. And while you're understanding of doing all of the things, you need to be taking action on income generating activities so that your business makes money so you don't have a jobby, a time and energy sucking hobby. Period. End of story. If you are making less than $15,000 a month consistently online, then you need to be in the posse. And there's people in the posse that are making more than that, because they started in the posse making zero and now they're at like $17,000 or $25,000 a month. But they love that support, that camaraderie, the reminders, the accountability, getting yourself in action, not being out like on an island all by yourself, and that's how it definitely feels. So I'm just saying, go make a move. You can swipe up. The link is right in the show notes for the Black Friday sale. And there is a max of these 33 new spots where you get all of the amazing free gifts. So I'm just saying, do something for yourself that's going to pay off. Don't buy another sweat set. For the love of God, you don't need another kitchen appliance. Do something that's going to make you so much money back that you can buy all the things that you want whenever you want. That's a true investment. That is what someone who has a wealthy mindset does, not someone who just wants a quick hit of dopamine to buy another thing that you don't need. Okay, I know I went off on a tangent there. I've kind of broken this down for your next level of zero fucks unleashed, because I feel like this is the best way for you to really embrace it so you can get there. And I want you to start this immediately. Okay. I want you, especially this week, because there's a lot of holiday stuff going on in the US. And then obviously we're coming up on the holidays that like people celebrate worldwide. And this is a really good time to start looking at an energy inventory in your own life. Identify where you're still giving away your power to other people, to old beliefs, to narratives that you picked up in your childhood, to narratives about, the fact that you live in a certain country or no one in your family has made over a certain amount of money, or that you're not tech savvy, or you're too old to do this, or your market's too saturated, or you waited too long. Look where you're giving that power away and reclaim it for yourself. And you really do need to take an inventory and write it down, which is part of why I created in the Abundance Zone the 90-day guided journal and planner, is so that you have a spot to be able to write things down and notice these things as they come up. Because I guarantee you have energy leaks going on that you didn't realize are causing such a profound abundance problem in your life. I want you to also audit your emotional investments. How much energy and time are you giving to people, places, things, situations, stuff that is out of your control? Political stuff, getting upset about something not working in your house, taxes, what this certain person is doing or not doing in their lives, someone ghosts you. How much time do you give away? How much energy do you give away to crap that really is not going to ever come back to you in any which way? I have a bad habit of doing this, especially when my feelings are hurt, especially when something is shocking. And it's understandable. I had a very shocking thing happen to me by someone who's blown me away, and not in a good way, in about the last 6 weeks. And if I were to add up all the hours of time, and if I were to take in all the amount of energy and I could like bottle it up, I would be embarrassed to say how much time. And it's good for me to note that. Now, it took a lot less energy than it has in the past, so it is progress over perfection. But wow, do we give away so much of our personal power by obsessing over things that there's not a damn thing we can do about? Getting into acceptance as quickly as possible. This doesn't mean forgiveness. I'm never going to tell you, oh, you need to get to forgiveness as fast as possible. Listen, that shit takes time, okay? Especially if you do us dirty, all right? But getting into acceptance. This has happened. This doesn't feel good. I do not like this. Or even if I make a mistake, right? I made a mistake. I don't like that I made the mistake. It doesn't feel good that I made the mistake, but it happened. There's nothing I can do about it. I've done everything I could do about it if there is anything within my power. And I have to just be in acceptance that mistakes are part of life. I have to be in acceptance that we can't control someone else's behavior. And there are going to be people in life that absolutely shooketh you and not in a good way. Then there's going to also be people in life that shooketh you in an amazing way. And when you get to that level of acceptance, you can get to some form of peace and stop giving all of your energy away. So taking an audit over that, spotting hidden people pleasing patterns. You're really going to notice this in the holidays. Do you do self-deprecating humor? Do you kind of minimize the good things that you have going on around people because you notice it makes them uncomfortable? Do you always lead with that stuff about your life that you're stressed about or how things aren't going well? Because that also makes people more comfortable than you talking about things that are going right. It's so, so sneaky that we do this. And I'm not saying you're going to be able to switch it all on the spot. That's why my planner is a 90-day planner, right? It's meant for you to work on this over time. But if you don't bring it to the forefront of your mind, it is going to continue to rob you of the life that you want. Because when I hear from people saying, I don't have the time to do this, I wish I had more time. If I had more time in my business, I'd make more money, or I don't have energy to do content. It's like bullshit. You can find the energy. If you knew for a fact that you were going to cash in big, that you were easily going to be making $25,000 a month, and that was going to be like your new bare minimum, even a year from now, whatever number that is to you, it's 50,000 a month, 100,000 a month. If you knew that that was without a doubt possible for you, in fact, it's inevitable, and you would be able to do it part-time from wherever you want in the world, wearing whatever you want, and helping people in the meantime, and you absolutely know that, and you have someone that you trust and respect who is going to show you literally every fucking step of the way, would you do it? Would you follow through? Would you make a point of showing up consistently? Because that's going to pay off, and it's not going to pay off instantly. Anyone who tells you that is fantasy marketing you. That you need to be in it. Like, I would say you have to for sure go, I'm going to give this a full year of doing this. And I'm not saying 70 hours a week. I never said that. I'm saying part-time, full on dedication to doing this, to changing your life and the life of your family and the lives of those around you, if you so choose, by doing this. And if your answer is yes, you're going in the posse and you're picking the annual membership. Period. End of story. You're finding a way, you're making it work, you're using a credit card. I don't care. And if you're like, I don't have room on my credit card for that, well, then luckily for you, I have a month-to-month option. That's also very generous. But I need your commitment. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. And if you notice that you are hesitant, you're resistant, well, then that is something you need to take an inventory of, because your resistance is your biggest energy leakage that you have going on. Second biggest energy leakage, are you giving way too many fucks about things that don't matter? People, places, and things that don't matter. Zero fucks given. And you're giving your power away in doing that. How did I create what I created? How did I build these two businesses? How do all of my clients that have had great success and have made more money than they've ever made in their lives, and they're from all walks of life and all different industries, how are they doing it? How does this happen? They have the how. The how's right here. I have all of it for you. It's because they've made a choice that they refuse to settle for anything less, and they're 100% committed to the life that they want and the income that they want for themselves and the option level cash that they want for themselves. And they're willing to continue to show up day after day after day and do the thing, even though there's not going to be instant results. You might have some quick wins. That does happen. And then you can have a whole lull period, and trusting the process and continuing to show up and trusting yourself and doing it for yourself, and blocking out the naysayers and blocking out fears of, oh, what will they think and what will they say? And people think I'm crazy and people don't understand. Well, fuck them. How is that going to feel later in life or even 5 years from now, where right now you have an opportunity, truly, we all do, that no one else has had in history to make money easier and faster than ever before, working for yourself, controlling your own schedule because of digital marketing. As long as you learn this highest income generating skill. I mean, Forbes has voted it the highest income generating skill of 2024 is being able to learn how to monetize your gifts, passions, skills, talents, intellectual property online, understanding how to do it, which is what I teach you, and you showing up and doing it. It's all sitting right here for you. And it's not like this bubble's going to last forever. It's not. And you're not going to be happy if you miss the bubble, and you're not too late. We are in the prime season of it. This is growing by the hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, and it is growing at a fast rate in every single industry. I'm just saying that resistance you have and whatever line is coming up for you right now around it, even if it's around you going bigger or you creating another income stream in your life, like maybe you want to keep your main jobby job, or you have this other business that you've built and you want to keep that going, but you want to have an additional revenue stream that's online, and you're telling yourself some other story. It's going to be too much energy. I'm already so tired and bit about a boo. Wow. Well, you're certainly not going to get any less tired by continuing doing what you're doing and only making incrementally. Is that even a word? Incrementally? I don't know. It sounds really smart. It should be a word. Incrementally more money every year. What, like 3%? Maybe. That's going to make you rich, honey. That's not going to get you that house you want. That's not going to get you all the travel that you want. That's not going to give you that giant safety net that is so plush and cushy where you've got fuck you money. And let me tell you something. What makes me so passionate about doing episodes like this for you, and I know I get all wound up when I'm doing it, and why I can infuse my conviction and empower you, is because I know it's here for you without a seed of doubt. I don't give a shit what your education level is. I don't care what your background is. I don't care if you're an introvert, if you're an extrovert, if you're a management, if you're a projector like me. I do not care. It is an equal playing field for us all, as long as you have a phone and as long as you have that burning desire in you to go, you know what? Fuck it. I'm doing this for myself. I'm going in. I'm throwing my hat in the ring. I'm not going to just watch other people do it. I'm going to do it. And what's sad is you staying in resistance robs you of everything that you want, but it kind of keeps you safe. You think it keeps you safe. It feels comfy and safe over there. But it really doesn't, because when you're scrolling, when you meet up with people, you listen to a podcast episode of mine, you're like, I know I should do this. I should have done this. And now it's the end of the year. I told myself I was going to do this earlier this year, and I didn't do it earlier this year. And it gnaws at you. And that gnawing, that is an energy leakage. And it's up to you to plug the damn hole. Okay. Next thing, I call this the liberation protocol, because you have to rescue yourself. You have to liberate yourself. You have to set yourself free. There is no one that can do it for you. Waiting for God to do it, waiting for the universe to do it, waiting for Buddha to do it, waiting for the aliens to do it. No, you have to set yourself free. It is up to you. And this requires you to do some things, to create some new boundaries in your life. And I know you know what those need to be. And it's terrifying to set. The ones that are the most terrifying are your biggest energy leaks, by the way. And you might not be able to start with the ones that are the most terrifying because they're so terrifying. But then I at least want you to start with the ones that are a little less terrifying to build up your gumption and build up your evidence bank of how much better your life is once you do it. But truly, what I wish someone told me is rip off the band-aid and do the biggest ones. The biggest one I did was going no contact with my mother. I was on the floor rocking in a fetal position. It was the most terrifying thing that I've ever done in my life. And it set me freer than anything. And I had only wished I'd done it sooner. Any major boundary I've set with a person or with myself, I've never once gone, God, I should have waited later to do it. I really should have waited to set that. No, I've always gone, oh, how much better my life would be. I'd be in such a different spot if I'd only done this sooner. I also want you to set yourself free by upgrading your self-talk operating system. What are you no longer going to tell yourself? What are you fucking unavailable for telling yourself anymore? Is it that you're fat? Because I'm unavailable for this. That's been something I've probably been telling myself since I was 6 years old, being raised by someone who's anorexic and who was highly verbally critical of anyone who had weight on them. I ended up with that narrative in my mind, also being raised in the 90s where there was all of that fucking shitty messaging. Not that there isn't messaging now, but wow, was it loud then. I'm not available for verbally abusing myself anymore. And when it does come up, because it does, okay, like there's some default programming in there, all I say is, we're not doing this. We're not available for this anymore. I wouldn't tolerate someone else calling me fat. So why the fuck would I call myself that? We're not doing this. What other things do you say to yourself? I'm lazy. What's wrong with me? Stop it. Because the more you say it, the more you reinforce it. So if you struggle with procrastinating, if you struggle with focus, if you're struggling getting stuff done and you have like fears in the way and your resistance is so high and you just keep beating yourself up about it, you are literally keeping yourself trapped in it. That's not going to stop it. You cannot berate yourself and abuse yourself into stopping these ingrained patterns and beliefs that have been there for a long time. You know what works is by first saying, you know what, we're not doing that anymore. If you're not in a space yet to replace that narrative, if that seems too far-fetched to you, that's okay. I at least want you to start by going, no, I'm not going to go down the path of I have ADHD, so I can't focus, or I'm not motivated, or oh, I get so overwhelmed so easily. That's not helping. This is not helping me get to where I want to go in life. And I am contributing to my own victim story. And I'm done with contributing to my victim story. I'm not going to do it anymore. And I admit it's a victim story. And as cringy and gross as that sounds, and I don't like even admitting it, I admit that I've been doing that. I'm not going to contribute to it. And I'm going to tell myself a different story. What's your different story? Maybe you need to write it out. What is the story that you would need to tell yourself in order for you to manifest the life that you actually want? Do you think that you're going to manifest the life that you want by telling yourself constantly, I'm overwhelmed, I have to figure this out, I'll do this when I'm more motivated, I don't know my niche, I'm not sure who my ideal client is, I don't know, what am I supposed to launch next, I can't figure it out? Is that going to help you get there? No, that only keeps you stuck. What's going to help you get there is by asking yourself different questions. Who can I hire so that I can get clear on this? Hello, the ProjectME Posse Business and Money Coaching Membership. Okay. And you can sit there and go, well, that sounds pretty self-serving. Well, yes, I have a business and I know what the fuck I'm doing and I have the receipts and I am not confident. You're going to see very quickly how unique this membership is. There is a reason why no one has a membership like this because it's insane of me to do it, especially at this price. It doesn't even really make sense, but it works. And I'm here for it. And this is also my way of paying it forward to have something that I wish existed when I started. And I still make a great profit off it. Don't get me wrong. Okay. We're about profits over here, but we're also about people. And we're also about paying it the fuck forward. And if it's not fun for me and it doesn't feel good to me, I don't do it. But if you don't make a move, nothing is going to happen. And to think that you're going to change and you're going to be in enough self will to do things differently this time, to figure it out this time, that's just you kicking the can down the road. And don't buy into this lie. Okay. I can't have you do this. Now we're going to go into the implementation phase. This is where I need you to convert your anxiety, convert your fear, convert that overwhelm, the mental chewing. What will they think? I don't know what to post. Oh my God, what if I sound like an idiot? I don't know if I can do this. I don't have tech. Can I really do this? Who is going to listen to me? Blah, 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 blah. Converting that into empowered action. The problem that, and I don't even think it's 99% of people. The reason why 100% of people end up stuck in something, in some area of their life, is because they are waiting to feel a certain way or to be thinking a certain way or to be looking a certain way before they go and take the action, before they divorce the husband, before they leave the relationship, before they start the business, before they scale the business, before they start the podcast, before they post the videos, before they start the YouTube channel, before they write the book. They're waiting. And I have these thoughts in my mind just like you do. Remember, you're my fellow crazies. I am unwell. Okay. I am unwell in the mind. I have to do a lot of things for me to show up and follow through. I have to put a lot of money on the line. I have to have people in place. I have to consciously make sure that I do all the things that I have put in my abundant zone guided journal and planner that you get the first edition for free when you're one of the first 33 members joining the posse. I'm showing it on ProjectME TV on YouTube right now. It's so beautiful. I got it printed at like Staples office supply store, but you can also just print it on your home printer. I've done that too. Just we always test it to make sure it comes out beautifully. And it does. It is 174 pages because it's 90 days. It's meant to use daily. And you have to prioritize your mind and all the mental noise in order to keep the fear and anxiety and the nonsense in your mind at bay if you want any of your manifestations to come to life in any area of your life. And when you start taking action before you're ready, before you feel like it, before the money is here, before the time is here, before all the clarity is here, before the body is here, before this, before the end of the fucking year, and not telling yourself, oh, in the new year. And I love when people go, I don't set resolutions anymore. I set intentions. Okay, well, that's fine. It's really the same fucking thing. And there is a part of you that's low key doing that. Well, I want to really focus on my family and the holidays and, this, that, and the other. Our brains are so alluring and convincing. Who said you can't focus on your family and enjoying the holidays while going for the damn thing in your business? You can do both. It's called and. That's the beauty of especially monetizing your gifts, passions, skills, and talents online is that you have your business that is a beautiful add-on to your life. It enhances your life. It doesn't rob you of it. It doesn't steal from it. You're not having to trade anymore. That's an old belief you have to eliminate that you were told, just like I was. Oh, hard work pays off. No pain, no gain. Those who hustle, are the only ones who get rich. That's bullshit. You get to enjoy all the things and you'll enjoy them more knowing that you are pursuing something that is going to change your life and that you're actually going for the thing and you're doing something towards it and you're investing in yourself and you're setting yourself up so that you do follow through instead of setting yourself up for more of the same shit. You need to call yourself out on your stuff and truly have a ZFG attitude about it. Zip fucks given to my old narrative. When you take proper actions, that leads to proper thoughts. I can sit here all the time and go, okay, I can't record my podcast until like I'm mentally more clear. I'm feeling kind of fatigued today and I'm not that sharp. So I'll record when I do feel better. And then I hope I'm going to feel better the next day. And I really don't. And then another day goes and then another day goes. And then, oh, I'll record the videos or I'll put this out when, or I'll start the book. And we can really convince ourselves. Guess what will make you feel better? Guess what will tone down all of that noise in your brain? It's by taking action. Going for the walk gives you more energy. Waiting for the energy to go on the walk, you're fucked. You see what I mean? Feeling like you're isolating, you feel kind of lonely, you're kind of feeling down on yourself. So waiting to feel better about yourself, waiting to feel more social, waiting that your skin looks better in order to go out in the world and amongst the people and feel more connected and alive. Not a really good plan. Guess what's going to make you feel connected and alive? At the very least, go to a coffee shop and work for a little while. Go to a bookstore and walk around. Go take a yoga class. And because you're doing that, that's going to make you feel more connected right away when you're doing it, not waiting until you feel a certain type of way or waiting to feel like it. I promise you, that's not going to come. I would say there's only 2 days out of every month where I feel like it. The rest of the time I don't. And I do what I love for a living and I don't feel like it because in general, that's part of my personality. I don't feel like doing most things except for nonsense, such as rearranging piles, reading, watching TikToks, listening to podcasts, series on Netflix. I don't feel like going to Pilates. I didn't feel like going to yoga today. Quite frankly, I didn't feel like recording this podcast that I'm doing right now for you, which is if you're watching on ProjectME TV, that's why I have 3 blaring lights focused on me because now it's evening time and the electric was out on the street this morning, so I couldn't record in my peak energy state. I could have easily made that a story. But you know what? Now that I'm talking to you, now that we're here, obviously you can hear it in my voice. I am very energized. I'm thrilled that I'm here. I even feel more in that zero fucks abundant energy. Like, yes, let's go. But you've got to put yourself in action and stop waiting for some magical time, some magical stars to align. Even my spiritual girlies, and I love all that shit, but you can even use that to stall yourself. You can use that to say, well, but the planets are in this place. Well, Mercury's in retrograde. Well, blah, 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 blah. Listen, we can always find a reason to not show up for ourselves when we're kind of scared of it not working. But go back to that question that I asked you a little bit ago, which was, if you knew with 100% certainty, without a doubt, that you would be making consistently $25,000 a month, $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month, whatever that number is. And this was going to happen in a year's time, maybe a year, 18 months time. And in order for that to happen, you had to invest in yourself. You had to show up consistently. You have to be willing to show up even when it feels like it's not working and trust the process that it is going to work as long as you continue to show up. Would you do it? And remember, I said it, without a doubt, it would work. Would you do it? If your answer is anything other than yes, then either one, you don't want it that badly. And you need to be in acceptance with that and make peace with that. I'm not judging you for it. You just might not want it that badly. You might think that you want it or that you should want it, but you really don't want it. The second thing is that you need to implement the stuff that I shared in this episode, and quite frankly, in a lot of other episodes where there is a worthiness issue going on. You have convinced yourself for so long that it's possible for other people, but it's not possible for you because you're inherently flawed in some way. And because you failed at things before, or so-and-so told you this, or because of all the bullshit that you tell yourself, like it's possible for other people, but it might not be possible for you. It might work for other people, but it might not work for you. And you have to be willing to say, you know what? I'm not doing that story anymore. We're not doing that anymore, and be willing to get rid of that. Those are the only two reasons. Other than that, it's go time, baby. You want what you say you want. You want that cash. You want to be able to book a trip last minute. And no, none of us like overpaying for anything, but you have the option to, because you make that level of money where you're not having to sacrifice anything to get it. In fact, your life is only enlightened. Your life is only enhanced because you're doing what you love to do and it feels so good doing it. You want to be able to order whatever you want. You want to have someone cook your meals for you, you can have that. You want someone to clean your house for you, you can have that. You want to buy your parents a home, you can have that. You want to retire your husband or wife, you can have that. You want to be able to only work 3.5 days a week like me, you can have that. You want to be able to work wearing hoodies and robes most of the time with no makeup if you so choose, you can have that. That is all here for you. It's on the other side of this. And you can't use the excuse that you don't know how, you don't know where to start, you're not sure of the steps, it's so overwhelming, there's so much information out there. You can't use that because I already have a solution for you, and you have the biggest Black Friday sale ever. And it would be crazy for you not to join simply for the over $2,800 in free Luxe gifts that I'm giving you. They're money-making gifts. I'm teaching you exactly how to launch your offers. You are getting my content creation made easy course bundle. You are getting my Nail Your Niche Masterclass and Instagram Bio Optimizer when you select the annual option. You are learning my client attraction method in order to get thousands of ideal clients eager and excited to buy from you. You are getting my In the Abundance Zone first ever guided planner and journal for free. You are also getting my shower and bath abundance meditations that are brand new. And this is the only way you can get it, by joining the posse at projectmewithtiffany.com/Black Friday 24. Swipe up. It's in the show notes. It's in the description here on YouTube, and my link in bio on Instagram and TikTok at Project Me with Tiffany. And let's do a collective. I don't care where you are. We're going to do a collective 0 fucks given to signify that you are no longer settling for your own bullshit, that you are going to be much more rigid about checking your energy leakages and where you're giving your power away, and really setting boundaries and setting yourself free, and no longer tolerating unacceptable behavior, unacceptable words, unacceptable treatment by others or to yourself anymore. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Zero fucks given. Wishing you great health, wealth, and worth as always. Love you. And if you appreciated this episode and it lit a fire under your ass, please share it with someone who you know will appreciate it. Take a screenshot, share it on your Instagram stories, Facebook stories, and your TikTok. Comment over here on ProjectME TV on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. This helps the show grow and grow, and I appreciate it so much. I read each and every one of your Apple Podcast reviews as well. It means so much to me and the team at ProjectME. It reminds us on our bad days to keep showing up, and what we do actually matters. When we start telling ourselves the story, does anyone care? Is anyone listening? Does this really matter? It really means a lot to us, and I love you guys. If you enjoyed this podcast, please write a 5-star review on iTunes. Not only will this make me super happy, but it will allow more listeners to find our special show. Simply help me help others.